I'm Julie Soskin, Principal of Insight and Intuition International, and we are extremely pleased today to welcome Theresa Cheung. Theresa is a renowned writer and facilitator. Since leaving King's College, Cambridge University with a degree in Theology and English, Theresa has published numerous best-selling titles about the power of dreams to heal and change your life. Theresa also works closely with scientists and neuroscientists researching consciousness. A regular spiritual expert, hosting national dream decoding calls on ITV and appearing on BBC Radio 2 with Claudia Winkleman and BBC 5 Live with Nicky Campbell. Over the years, she's become known as the Queen of Dreams. Theresa will give us a talk in a minute, and there will, for about 30-40 minutes, and there will be time for questions afterwards. So welcome, Theresa, and lovely to see you. Hand over to you.
Thank you, Julie. It's lovely to see you too. And whoever's here, you're meant to be here. I'm absolutely thrilled. Thank you so much. And I hope my passion for dream work will shine through. I'm going to just give a talk, for about 40 minutes. Do jump in, Julie, if it goes on longer than that, because I'd love to have some interaction and question and answers, if that's possible, because I hope I will get most of my message across. So here we go. Welcome to the wild and wonderful and weird world of dreams. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. Please allow those timeless words of Shakespeare to linger on your mind and settle in your heart and soul during this talk. Now, there's a lot of focus these days on ways to boost your intuition by day, and rightly so, because the more intuitive you are by day with your eyes wide open, the more likely you are to make better decisions in your waking life. But paying attention to your nighttime dreams is, in my humble opinion, the game changer when it comes to your intuitive, psychic, and spiritual growth. I hope by the end of this talk, you will feel the same as me, or at least be more open to the idea that your dreams matter, and they matter a lot. I also hope you never again utter those 3 words that I am on a mission to erase these last couple of decades in all the media work I've done, in all the books I've written. And those words are just a dream. Nothing could be further than the truth. It is never just a dream. Every dream, even the trivial, mundane ones that you recall on waking, can offer you an immediate and easy to access portal to your waking intuition. Many of us think of our dream life as separate from our waking life. But from the work I do with sleep and dream researchers and scientists, the two are interconnected deeply and both influence and comment on each other. You don't stop being yourself when you fall asleep and dream. You just enter a different state of consciousness. You're still being you 24/7. Your intuition constantly notices things in your waking life that you need to reflect more on for your evolution. And I'm sure the work you've done with Julie will have underlined that. But when you're awake, your conscious mind and all the logic and reason that comes with being conscious will block most of what you're picking up intuitively from your awareness. So you encounter those things in your dreams, because the only things missing in the infinite possibility of your dreams are logic and reason. You're in an unconscious state where time, space, logic, and reason don't exist. Increasingly, psychologists and scientists are regarding dreams not as random brain activity. That's what we were all taught at school, weren't we? But as some kind of mood regulating system or continuation of reality that can help you work through any problems, fears, and challenges you have in waking life. Experts also believe that dreams can assist in problem solving, learning, memory storage, changing behavior, and boosting creativity. And this is a huge leap forward because only a few decades ago, dreams were not considered worthy of scientific investigation. But in short, now, many leading experts and scientists agree that dreams are powerful personal growth tools. And whatever is positive for your personal growth is, of course, positive for your intuitive growth and your spiritual growth. If you dream, which is the same as saying if you breathe, because everyone dreams, dreams illustrate our shared humanity, your intuition is calling your name. Now, you've likely been dismissing your dreams as inconsequential for too long already. Please, let's not waste any more precious dream time and dive headfirst into the wild and wonderful secrets of your night visions and how to decode them. You've probably discovered already in your work with Julie how important meditation, daily meditation, is for tuning into and awakening your intuition. Indeed, did you know that research shows people who say they have never had a psychic intuitive experience do start to have them after a course of daily meditation? It seems that meditation awakens the part of your brain associated with intuition and creativity. The Dalai Lama once said that the best meditation is to sleep. And what happens when you sleep? You dream. While you are sleeping, you're unconscious. As I said before, the place where there is only infinite possibility and no sense of logic, time, or reason to block your intuitive hunches, you can access powerful intuitions in your dream state. The advice to sleep on it is age old. It's very sound advice because when you fall asleep, you give yourself the opportunity to consider issues and problems in your waking life from a different perspective, an intuitive perspective. So it really should be dream on it from now on rather than sleep on it. It's your dreams that are giving you that eureka moment when you wake up. As I alluded to before, you've probably been told at school that dreams are random and meaningless. But I hope I am making it crystal clear with this introduction that nothing is further from the truth. And the majority, the overwhelming majority of modern sleep and dream research now suggests that dream recall is a sign of increased mental, emotional, and psychological well-being. And what's good for your mental, emotional, psychological well-being is good for your intuitive well-being. Despite all the ongoing research right now into sleep and dreams, and it's never been so crowded, that research, as it is right now, partly because of the lockdown dream phenomenon, which happened in 2020 when we're in lockdown and everybody started typing into their online search engines, I had this weird dream. This was a global event. And it really piqued the interest of scientists and researchers, and they are now investing a lot of funds into what dreams are and what their function is. And they're coming to a variety of conclusions, most of which that dreams are very, very positive for you holistically. But despite all this research into both sleep and dreams, did you know that scientists still don't know why we need to sleep? Think about it. When you fall asleep, you're not resting because your body's constantly fidgeting. If you watch people sleeping in sleep labs, as I have done, when they're wired up with things to track brain activity, etc., their bodies are moving. And the brain scans show that their brains are still very active. So they're not actually resting. So scientists don't really know why we need to fall asleep. It's ongoing research, and it's exactly the same. They don't really know why we dream either. Sleep and dreams do remain a tantalizing mystery. But one thing research does show, that if you are deprived of the REM stage of sleep, that's rapid eye movement, stage of sleep when most, not all, but most dreams occur, there is increased anxiety and ultimately swifter mortality. And anxiety is an intuition blocker. Research on intuition that I've done with psychologists and scientists show that the surefire way to shut down your intuition is to be super stressed and anxious. So perhaps the reason we sleep is because our brains urgently need to dream. So when you're feeling tired, you actually need to go away and have a dream, to dream on it, to get your nocturnal intuition working on your behalf. I truly believe that dreams are your nocturnal intuition. They act like an internal therapist. They can offer you brainstorming insights, outside the box perspectives, infinite creativity, catharsis, and deep, deep insight into who you are and the meaning of your life. They are such powerful tools for greater self-awareness, symbolically highlighting hopes and fears so that your issues in your waking life can be worked through and your hidden strengths and creativity and intuition unleashed. Even nightmares. Many of us suffer from those. Indeed, about 90% of our dreams are anxiety themed. They have a cathartic effect because when you wake up from a nightmare or an anxiety dream, what you feared the most, your deepest fear, has already been experienced in the dream state and has become a memory. You've been there, you've done that, you've faced it, and you've woken to live another day. Your dreams are trying to help you. It's a powerful self-help technique, isn't it, to imagine the worst case scenario? Well, trust me, your dreams will take you there to help you live through that, deal with it, and show that you have an inner strength. I think of nightmares actually now like I think of a fever when we have an infection. A fever is a really good sign that you're sweating out toxins. So try to think of your nightmares in a much more positive light. They are transformative gifts, helping you heal and move on. So now let your dream games begin. I'm going to get a bit more practical now because I've spoken a lot. To really understand what I'm saying, you need to prove to yourself that your dreams matter. There's no point me coming with a story of a dream that helped heal me or save me or change me, because it's direct personal experience of your own dreams that you need. You need your own data. You need to act like a scientist and collect your own data. You need to prove to yourself that your dreams are messages night after night from your intuition. And the best way to do that is obviously to start writing down your dreams. And if you're not doing that already, please start doing it. You will surprise yourself with the insight that I'm sharing in this webinar. You need to track your dreams. And one of the most powerful, proven, effective ways to connect to your intuition is to keep a dedicated dream journal. Think of your dream journal as you do photos stored on your iPhone, those snapshots of your waking life, those memories you want to treasure. You need to collect the same snapshots from your dreams. They are special nocturnal memories and insights. So you need to record them and keep them all in one place that you can return to time and time again. It's a big mistake, actually, to just record a dream, think about it for 5 minutes and then forget about it. Some of the greatest insights from your dreams can come from looking back in hindsight, days, weeks, months, or even years earlier. So start writing down your dreams, please. It only takes 1 or 2 minutes on waking from a sleep or nap. You do need to commit to keeping this record every time you wake up from now on. Before you go to bed, be sure to place a blank piece of paper or a journal to write in, and a pen that you enjoy writing with beside your bedside. Tell yourself just before you go to sleep, you're going to have an incredible dream and you will recall that dream on waking. If you know it will be dark when you wake up, place a nightlight or torch by your bedside too. Then when you wake up in the morning, hopefully naturally, rather than with an alarm ringing, because alarms are not just alarms are not just the enemy of dream recall, as they create stress and tear you away from your dreams too abruptly. They are also the enemy of your health and well-being, with some research showing that loud alarms waking you up actually similar to a mini stroke. So be very careful. If you must have an alarm because you need to wake up at a certain time and you don't trust yourself to wake naturally, I would suggest nature sounds or something that vibrates on your wrist. For your holistic well-being, please try to diminish the use of harsh alarms. So when you wake up, hopefully naturally, because you're programmed yourself to do that, it's a very powerful way to wake up actually naturally, because you're setting the tone for your day right from the time you wake up. You're not dependent on something external like an alarm to wake you up. When you wake up, please keep still with your eyes closed just for about 90 seconds tops. That's all you need, because any sudden movement, physical or even opening your eyes, will redirect your brain into conscious reality. And you just need to sort of stay in that dreamlike state for a few precious more moments. So don't be tempted when you wake up to immediately sit up or whatever, or open your eyes and blink and yawn. Just try and keep still, because you're mirroring the dream state. So you're kind of tricking yourself to believe you're still in the dream. And you will find that increases your chances of dream recall bubbling to the surface. And as soon as images, stories, words, sounds, sensations come through, that is the time to sit up and immediately reach for your dream journal and just write down keywords. Do not write a novel. You haven't got time in the morning. Sometimes you get dream overcrowding when there's so much. Go for what's at the top of your inbox, the words that immediately jump out, and maybe just restrict them to 3 to 5 keywords that you write down. Please don't wait until you go to the restroom or drink some water or do anything before you write this down, because anything you do that is too much in conscious reality will take away from your dream recall. Just write down those 3 to 5 bullet points first and then get on with your day. Write down your dreams in the present tense, as this will help keep the dreams alive. And focus on general themes and feelings. Don't go into all the messy details. You know, you'll be there all morning. And simply write down anything that comes to mind. All right, any image, color, symbol, impression, place, sound, etc. Everything matters. If the details are vague, but you know you've had a dream, please just write down, I feel, how you feel on waking, because it will be different every morning. Feelings are the languages of your dreams. So write down the emotion that you wake up with, whatever that emotion is, because chances are that will trigger the story of the dream behind the emotion. Please don't try to make your dream memories coherent or to make sense. Don't impose linear time on them or logic or reason. They don't come from that place. Forget about correct grammar or good handwriting. Don't worry though if nothing comes through. It's normal not to have dream recall every morning, especially if your waking life is super busy, all right? There isn't enough space for dreams to break through when your life is super stressful. So just be patient with yourself. But do write in your dream journal anyway, because what you want to do is establish that as a daily ritual. Just write down, no recall this morning, but hopefully tomorrow those dreams will come. When you are finished, be sure to make a note of the day and the time of your dream. That's very, very important, especially when it becomes to precognitive dreaming, which I will conclude this talk with. Very, very powerful area of dream research at the moment. Those feelings of déjà rêve, when you have a dream and then a day or so later, you astonish yourself and think, I've dreamt this. So it's very important to take a note of the date and the time, because you need that proof that your dream memory is happened. You need the data. In the morning when you wake up, please leave any interpretation of the dream and get on with your day. I'm going to talk about dream interpretation in a minute, because a lot of people struggle with that, but it's super easy. Just get on with your day. And actually it helps having some distance from your dream, because you want to be more objective and have a meditative, objective viewpoint when you do start interpreting your dream. You might want to carry a notebook around during the day, because what happens, and I find this happens to me a lot, it would do because I'm constantly talking about dreams, that sometimes dream memories just pop through at the most random moments. And I tell myself, oh, I'm going to remember it. But then what happens is I do something else and the memory's gone. This also happens in the middle of the night, actually. You might wake up in the middle of the night sometimes with memories of a dream and think, oh, I'll think about that in the morning. And then when you wake up in the morning, gone, poof. So if you can, and if it doesn't disrupt your partner, or you're not feeling too sleepy, it's always advisable as soon as a dream memory comes through to write it down. Because as I said before, your dreams come from a different country, a different state of reality, a gentle, unconscious, symbolic world. And it's too gentle to compete with harsh logic and reason of your waking reality. You might find actually that dream memories trigger when you're doing something routine, like brushing your teeth or having a shower in the morning. And I'll tell you why that is. It's because your conscious mind is busy with the action that you're doing, say, brushing your teeth or washing yourself. And that means that your conscious mind is busy, and it allows your intuition a bit of freedom to assert itself and a freedom to daydream. And that's why you get eureka moments in the shower sometimes, or dream memories. I would recommend also drawing your dreams if you are artistically inclined, because that's a very great way to create a dream memory too in your dream journal. You might just want to draw a picture of your dream, even if it's just stick men or something, or whatever. Don't try and be a Picasso. Just do your own drawing. And another tip is to keep your dream journal alongside a journal of your waking life, because you need to prove to yourself that your nocturnal intuition in your dreams is commenting, sometimes precogging, your waking life. And you can't do that until you see the two aspects of yourself, your unconscious and your conscious, walking side by side. So it's a really good tip to have one page of your dream journal for your dreams, the key words, and the other side for the key events of that day, meetings you had, people you met. Because then in hindsight, you can go back and see how your dream has been kind of foreshadowing or commenting on what's happening on your waking life. It's utterly fascinating. It really is. Oscar Wilde said he never went anywhere without his journal, because it was the most sensational read. And he also always needed something sensational to read on the train. I'm telling you, your dream journal is the most sensational read you will ever have. At nighttime is the best time to start doing free associating about the symbols of your dreams. But I do want you to do this waking and dream life, seeing how they walk side by side. You need to see how they are constantly commenting. You also need to see how your dreams aren't standalone. They are not a one-night stand, your dreams. They want a long-term relationship with you. Your dreams work like a series, right? We all have our favorite TV series. You've got to tune in night after night after night. And a big mistake with dream work, especially for boosting your intuition by day, is just getting hung up on one particularly vivid and memorable dream. You need to see how that dream comments on another dream, and how it's like an ongoing series, the story of you. Dream work, again, another super tip for you, is always best done in hindsight. Don't focus on one dream only. You need to see the connecting narrative. Before you go to sleep, it really helps to repeat positive statements to rewire your brain, because your brain believes what you tell it repeatedly, and you're very impressionable before you fall asleep. And the biggest struggle with dream work is lack of recall. I'll dip into that in reasons why so many of us struggle with dream recall shortly. But one way to sort of start working away from that trend is, before you go to sleep, when your brain is impressionable, as I said, to tell yourself you are going to remember your dreams, right? You're very receptive just before you go to sleep, and that's where affirmation can come in. So before you go to sleep at night, I suggest you look at your pillow, you know, just talk to the pillow and tell yourself, tonight my dreams will show themselves to me. And in the morning when I wake up, I will have dream recall, something along those lines. Now, you may feel faintly ridiculous talking to yourself in this way, and that's good, because I think a lot of us take ourselves far too seriously, especially when it comes to our intuitive and psychic development. It's got to be fun, and you should actually enjoy the process. Taking yourself a little less seriously when you're empowering your inner psychic can work wonders. And after all, in the madcap world of your dreams, the only thing certain is the level of craziness that you are going to encounter there. Once your dream recall is on track and established, and in fact, I suggest you record at least 20 dreams before you start beginning the process of decoding your dreams. Once your dream recall is on track, it's time then to maybe start asking your dream to help you solve problems or give you more intuitive insights. You do what they used to do in the temples of ancient Greece, dream incubate. So ask your dreaming mind to help you answer a question. Okay? Now, this all sounds wonderful, and your dreams will deliver if you start getting consistent with your dream recall, consistent with your dream recording, and you start setting the intention to dream at night, and you even start setting the intention to ask your dreams to help you solve your problems. Once you start doing all these, I'm telling you, your dreams will deliver. Those dreams will come. But let's go to the two major roadblocks. And I'm sure I can sense you're thinking that I don't remember my dreams and I don't understand them. Let's go, first of all, to the lack of dream recall. First of all, rest assured you are dreaming. Brain scans show that we dream at least 5 or 6 times every night. There's no question you are dreaming. We are dreaming beings. The issue, again, is recall. Many of our dreams fade instantly when we wake up, but there are a few practical things you can do to change that. I've mentioned some of those already. Putting a pen and notepad beside your bed is a visual cue before sleeping that you are going to have dreams on waking that you will record. All right. Also, setting the intention. Keeping still on waking is also very important, just for a minute or two, so that you mirror that dream state. But one of the most important things for dream recall is changing your attitude towards your dreams by day. Taking your dreams seriously, thinking more about their infinite possibilities during the day, and writing them down seriously in your dream journal will boost your dream recall. Many studies have shown that. Your dreaming mind really wants to have a loving relationship and connection with you. It breaks your dreaming mind's heart, really, that you don't recall them or dismiss them. Your dreaming mind is craving your attention, but if you have been ignoring it or dismissing it for years, it's going to take a while for your dreaming mind to come out of the darkness and trust you again. Also, as I said, if you are going through a lot of stress in your waking life, dream recall will be a casualty, the first casualty, actually. So if that is the case, I highly recommend daily meditation to connect to your calm place. Keep repeating all these practical tips that I've given, and in no time, your dream recall will come. Trust that if there is no recall on waking some mornings, that behind the scenes, your dreams are doing the work on your behalf. Believe in and feel deeply grateful for the beauty of your dreams, both the ones you remember and the ones that are lost because you don't recall them. And here's another practical tip. I should have said this earlier. Get enough vitamin B in your diet, because research has shown that vitamin B is the dream recall vitamin. Studies have shown that people who are lacking in that, their dream recall suffered. Also, establish a good sleep routine, that you enjoy sleeping, right? And during the day, nourish your dreaming mind, pay tribute to it by reading more fiction, playing video games. Think about it, as long as you don't do that in moderation, the video gaming. When you video game, you're in alternative reality. You are actually practicing the dream states. Some video games are like stepping into the world of the dream. I recommend Skyrim. It's breathtakingly beautiful, and you kind of go into the dream. And there are many studies to show actually that computer gaming and vivid dreaming, lucid dreaming, which I'll touch on in a minute, are very strongly connected. And many of the world's top-selling video games, actually, they were visions that came into the dreamer's mind, and then they were translated into a game. And if you do play video games, you will know what I'm talking about them. They have a very dream-like quality. But what about decoding? Okay, your dreams start talking to you, and then suddenly you have a dream of a squirrel and a washing machine, and you're in your car and it's underwater, and you're thinking, this is nuts. What am I to do with this? So here's a really great dream hack, which actually gives a lot of people a eureka moment. Your dreaming mind is a poet. It talks to you like a poet or an artist, if you're more visual. It uses symbols and metaphor to express itself to you. Your job is to work out the meaning beneath the symbols. Your dreams are, in the overwhelming majority of cases, are not literal. They are symbolic and metaphorical. Now, in ancient times, people had an instinctive understanding of symbolism, one thing meaning another. For example, the moon, intuition, the sun, light and joy, that very basic symbolism at work. But sadly, in modern times, due to the advance of science and technology, we've got a little bit lazy in our symbolic thinking. We think too much on the surface. We need to go to our deep again. Dreams, to quote that movie Dune, if you've seen it, are messages from your deep. So here's a tip. I want you to travel back in time mentally now, do some mental time travel to your school days. And I'm sure in your English literature classes, your teacher would have placed a poem on your desk and asked you to analyze that poem for the symbols, the metaphor, the pathetic fallacy, the figurative language, the puns, the alliteration and assonance, and so on. That is how your dreams speak to you. Now, some of us may have dreaded English literature, but actually later in life, it's tremendous fun. And the wonder of interpreting symbols and metaphors is there's no right or wrong answer. It's what it means personally to you. What a symbol, I mentioned squirrel and washing machine, right? All of you are going to have personal associations with those symbols, right? All of you, and all of your personal association will be equally valid. Your dreaming mind wants you to become a night poet about yourself. Having said that, logic first. On very rare occasions, because I've in the many years, the decades I've written about dreams, I have had thousands of dreams sent to me. On very rare occasions, dreams can be literal, but it's very easy to rule those out almost immediately. For example, if you have a dream of your teeth falling out, that's a very common dream, there's no harm at all to rule out whether you're missing a dental appointment or there's a problem with your teeth. However, if a dream bears absolutely no relation at all to the present moment, and often it doesn't, sometimes it will use symbols from your past to express what's going on from the present. It is time to reflect on the symbolic meaning of your dreams and what insights into your waking life they are revealing and what opportunities for growth. Also bear in mind that the great majority of your dreams, they're symbolic, and they are symbolic visions of your mindset, your inner world. If you have ever walked close to a herd of deer and they all turn their eyes towards you collectively. That is what your dream is doing. There's a wonderful scene in the movie Inception, which creates the world of the dream beautifully. Actually, Christopher Nolan is a very vivid dreamer, lucid dreamer, and that's why he created that movie Inception. That's what's happening. Everything in your dream is all about amazing you, a thought you've had, a memory, a personality trait. And if other people appear in your dream, you're not actually dreaming about them, but a part of you that you have been neglecting or need to understand better or integrate in your waking life. So think that every symbol and scenario typically represents something about you and your waking life. You are stepping into your own hall of mirrors. So ask yourself what aspect of yourself the features of your dream represent. What aspect of yourself do you need to face, acknowledge, express, heal, or integrate right now? Pay attention to your role in the dream. Are you in the thick of it, or are you watching? If you don't like your role in the dream, know that you always have the power in your waking life to change that. Locations in dreams often hold powerful clues too. For example, if you are back in school in your dream, what is the lesson? It's so obvious. School, lesson. What is the lesson you need to learn? With the 3 or 5 symbols that you write down every morning from your dreams the night before, free associate. That's simply write down the first thing that comes into your mind when a dream symbol surfaces. You are going to brainstorm their meaning. What is your dream trying to tell you? You could almost interview your dream. Ask yourself, what does this symbol mean to me? Right? You can consult dream dictionaries like my HarperCollins Dream Dictionary A to Z. It's been constantly reissued since 2005. I'm super blessed, and actually last year it made it in the top 100 in the US book scan again. It's constantly reissued, but bear in mind what I do there is I give the common, archetypal and universal meanings of a dream. So for example, if a dog appears in your dream in my dream dictionary, I will give the common interpretation, which dogs, loyalty, unconditional love. But remember what I've said, personal association before the common and universal. If you have had a negative experience with a dog, if a dog appears in your dream, it's going to have a very different interpretation. It will be more anxiety related. So please, you can consult online dream dictionaries or dream dictionaries like mine, and they will help kickstart symbolic thinking, the way of thinking that a lot of us have forgotten. But bear in mind, your personal interpretation will always override any common or archetypal association. If you have dreams that are recurring, I want you to think of them as your dreaming mind using the power of repetition to get a message across. Because in your waking life, you've not understood that message of that dream. You need to change something in your mindset in your waking life. Because if you don't, that recurring dream is going to happen over and over again. And you're going to know when you understand the meaning of your dream, because you go through all these interpretations, you kind of interview yourself in your dream, and suddenly you will get an aha light bulb moment, right, of clarity. That is a dream correctly decoded. You will just know what your dream's trying to tell you. And you've got it, as Jung said, keep going through all the associations until you hit on what it means. And another really important tip, your dreams will never diminish you or pull you down. Your dreams are your inner psychic, your intuition, trying to help and heal you. They will always have an energizing and uplifting impact. If you read anything online or anyone says, oh, this dream means that and something awful is going to happen, incorrect interpretation. Your dreams, forgive the pun, but dreaming minds love puns, will raise you up, right? They are dreams. They are Sometimes they will use shock tactics and nightmares. And I tell you why they resort to nightmares. It's like they resort to recurring dreams because they've sent you great messages before in wonderful stories, but you've ignored them. They only resort to the nightmares and the extreme anxiety because they know darn well when you wake up with a nightmare on your mind, you are going to reflect on it. That's all your dreaming mind really wants, you to reflect on the messages it's constantly sending you night after night after night. I don't know anyone's life who wouldn't benefit from more reflection, and your dreams are a call for you to do that every single night. Your dreams really are empowering your intuition as well, because they are encouraging you to look beneath the obvious. They are training you to be intuitive. They are training you what Julie is teaching you every night. They are saying, no, this is too obvious. Look deeper, deeper for the hidden meaning, right? They really are your loyal and trusty companion on the road to intuitive growth and development. They also are a powerful act of self-care, self-respect, and self-love, right? When you start doing dream work in earnest, you start realizing how blooming interesting you are and what wealth of creativity there is within you, right? I have to go. I've talked mainly about symbolic dreams, but I'd also love to talk to you very quickly because I can hear Julie wanting to jump in. Just be a few minutes, Julie, before I do. Symbolic dreams take up the overwhelming majority of our dreams, right? They are mainly symbolic, and they are just as powerful as the category of dreams I'm now going to talk about, which is night visions. These are dreams which are lucid. That means you know you're dreaming when you're dreaming, or you have an afterlife dream, or you have a precognitive dream where you sense the future. A lot of people long for those kind of dreams all the time. And as powerful as they are and affirming as they are on your intuitive and psychic development, please don't underestimate the power of the symbolic dreams. Because I'm telling you, the more you fall in love with the symbolism of your dreams, the more likely you're going to have night visions, as I call them, more sort of intuitive, precognitive dreams. So please don't elevate certain dreams above other dreams, even lucid dreams, which is sometimes called the holy grail of dreaming, because that means you know you're dreaming when you're dreaming. I want you to fall in love with every single dream, even the dream when you're just stuck in a car or a train. That has a message for you. But let's just quickly talk about these psychic dreams as they were. They can and they do happen. Dreams that correctly predict the future, or dreams where somebody connects with someone in spirit who is departed, telepathic dreams, shared dreams where people wake up in the morning, usually people are very close, and that one person talks about their dream and the other person said, I had exactly the same dream. Isn't that incredible? So these dreams, and lucid dreams, of course, which is when you know you're dreaming when you're dreaming. I've got so much I want to tell you about those. I'll have to come back another time, Julie, and talk about that, because precognitive dreaming is leading dream research at the moment. And I've co-authored a book with a neuroscientist, Dr. Julia Mossbridge, all about that, called The Premonition Code, where we really delve deep into the ability of dreams to sense your future. But I'm just going to round up this talk by saying every single dream, whether it's deemed quote unquote psychic or not, is a powerful intuitive and psychic wake-up call, encouraging you to look deep beneath the surface for meaning. Also, from now on, you might want to start thinking of all your dreams as potential precognitions or intuitions of your future. I'll tell you why. Because your dreams show you, in a poetic, artistic, symbolic form, your current mindset. And if you are in tune with manifesting, the manifesting trend at the moment, what your mindset believes about you and your waking life is what you're more likely to attract, because we live in a universe of like energy seeks like energy. So there's no point during the day doing your affirmations saying, I am enough, I am worthy, success is coming my way, all these affirmations. If deep down at an unconscious level, you don't believe the waking narrative you're telling yourself. Dreams, they don't lie. To quote Stranger Things, dreams don't lie. They are your best friend. They will give you the honest truth about where you are, your current mindset. But the joy of that, and I'm just going to conclude now, Julie, the joy of that is when you are aware of what you truly believe about yourself at a deep unconscious level. When your dreams shine the nightlight on that, it's powerful, because then you wake up, you see where your unconscious beliefs are and where the work needs to be done. You then have the ability in your waking life to change your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions to attract a better future. Because your dreaming mind is saying, look, if you carry on thinking about yourself unconsciously in this way, this is the future that's heading your way. It may not be what you want. Change it. Every dream is a flash forward of a potential future that your current mindset is attracting. If you don't like how you feel when you wake up, if you don't like what you experienced or felt or sensed in a dream, know that the power is now, and you always have within you the ability to create a shift by changing your thoughts, changing your feelings, and most important of all, changing your daily actions. Actions are more powerful than words. Make a conscious change. And I'm telling you, when you do that, you will find that the landscape of your dreams changes. I truly think, as the Sonoy tribe does, some of these ancient tribes who dream work is center stage in their culture, and many of these tribes are dubbed the happiest tribes on earth. I wonder why. Is it dream work? Happy dreams, happy life. But don't panic if your dreams are not happy right now. You can dreamscape. Change how you feel during the day, and it will show up in how you feel at night. And I'm aware I've talked a lot, Julie, so I'm going to shut up now. But I could talk for hours and hours about dreams. I want them to be much more center stage. I'm on a mission to have dream work and dream decoding taught in schools. I know it's happening in prisons and in hospitals, because people are starting to see the dream cure effect. Working on yourself at a deep unconscious level really does have a knock-on effect in your waking life. Of course it does, because when you fall asleep and dream, you become pure spirit, pure intuition, pure unconscious. And I will shut up now, Julie.
Well, I must say, Theresa, before we started, I thought of all the questions I might ask you, and actually you've answered pretty well every one.
Oh, I can rattle on again.
But I will say one thing. Thank you so much. It's very informative. I know that there are a lot of books on dreams, and I happened to come across a book several, I don't know, 20 years ago, and it was in circulation. I can't remember who it was by, and it was, all the dreams were so negative that the interpretations, I thought, don't read that one. So what was the title of your book, your HarperCollins book?
It's the Dream Dictionary from A to Z. It
Right.
was originally published as the Element Encyclopedia of 20,000 Dreams, a massive 400,000 word tome.
Wow.
Where it literally went
Well,
through.
that's a really
And
good.
it keeps being reinvented. But as I say, my publishers hate me. HarperCollins says, stop it. But this is the common and archetypal. And as you know, Julie, it's the personal when it comes to intuition. But
Yes.
dreams are your intuition by night.
Mm.
And they speak to you in this bizarre, artistic, visionary language. There's a reason why but dreams are also the ultimate creativity hack. I'm saying any writer or artist who has a block, write down your latest dream. It will unlock the parts of your brain that your intuition and creativity happen. And I'm going to close with talking about Einstein, the theory of relativity, and all the theories that he put forward. He was the most vivid dreamer. Many of his breakthroughs came to him in the dream state, because I mentioned logic and reason. That's absent from the dream state. But being a scientist, when he's awake, He couldn't connect one thing with another because logic and reason would get in the way and say, no, these two things can't connect. It's illogical. But when you fall asleep, your dreams do that. They connect the most bonkers things and can lead to those eureka moments. And there are books written about how dreams have literally pushed the world forward. Scientific inventions, even online, developments like Google came to Larry Page, one of the co-founders, in a vision in a dream. Stephen King's novels, you can tell he relies on his dreams for his novels. You can tell that. Salvador Dali, he calls his artwork photographs of his dreams. They are the ultimate creativity hack. But what we have is we've been conditioned to fear them, mistrust them. And I'm on a mission to say they are just your intuition talking to you in a different way. Nothing.
That's a lovely way to put it. That's a really lovely way to put it. And of course, Paul McCartney woke up one day with the whole of yesterday in his head. So I think that's wonderful. I'm hoping that we have a couple of minutes to perhaps, if anybody's got a real question that they would like, Theresa, because I know you are strapped for time, Theresa. Is there anybody that would really like to ask a quick question, Theresa?
Whilst people are thinking about that, I will talk about the precognitive potential of dreams. You could, as I said, you could regard each of your dreams as potentially precognitive, showcasing a future you are busy attracting with your mindset. Don't like your dreams, start changing your mindset in waking life, right? Make a conscious decision. And then, when you go to bed at night, say, dreaming mind, tell me where the shift needs to happen. And typically your dreaming mind, will encourage you to let go of a mindset that once served you well at a different age and stage in your life, but no longer serves you. It's holding you back and you need to let it go. But in your waking life, you're not understanding that. Dreams can be that powerful tool to do the deep work and say where it's happening. And also, I've written books about lucid dreaming as well, which is very powerful when you use certain techniques to wake up in a dream. Know you're dreaming when you're dreaming. That is very powerful, because then you have the ability to start dreamscaping your own unconscious. How powerful is that? Because what you unconsciously believe is what you unconsciously attract. This is manifesting 101. And I actually think dream work is one of the most neglected manifesting positive thinking tools that there is. I say ancient shamanic cultures know this. So based in the shaman going into the dream state, seeing what happens there, and we can all activate our own inner shaman. And it starts, if you want to go into shamanism, it starts with dream work. It's the portal. It's and then of course you could even take it one step further and say, is what we're experiencing now the dream? You could actually take your dream work into your waking life, saying, well, I could start interpreting, say I was dreaming this. What would be the deeper meaning behind the names of the people present, behind their reactions, behind what I'm seeing? You can actually start decoding your own life as if it's a waking dream. I think that's your eyes wide open and your eyes wide shut. Your soul is talking to you.
The expression activate your inner shaman. Yes. I think that's wonderful.
That's your dreaming mind. Your dreaming mind. It's you. It's your soul talking to you. In this wonderful, because in the waking state, we don't allow, as I'm sure you've taught your students, we often ignore the gentle whisperings of our intuition. But when you fall asleep, your intuition gets to play. It's unleashed. It's like, it's my time. I'm king of dreams, right? Now it's my world. Listen to me, right? During the day, it gives up sometimes because it just doesn't have a chance to break through.
Absolutely. Okay, so if we've got a quick question from anyone. Not all of the participants came in today, but thank you to those who did. Has anyone got a very quick question for Theresa?
see you. Thank you so much. This has been fascinating, and I hope you do come back for more, like even do a series.
I'd
It would
love
be
to do
wonderful.
precognitive dreaming because there's so much research into it. As I said, I've been working with neuroscientists in this, and one of the world's leading neuroscientist research presentiment, Dr. Dean Radin and Julia Mossbridge, and we worked together on a book about this, and how to train precognition scientifically. Well, it's not, I'm, because presentiment, as you know, is your body sensing the future.
Mhm.
If it happens during the day, of course it's happening at night. And that's
Yeah.
another tip. Oh, I'm so glad you did this, because when you wake up, tune into your body. Dream memories will be in your gut, your heart.
Right.
Tune into your body. The dream memories will be there. Sorry, I talk too much. It's my enthusiasm.
Oh,
Please.
it's wonderful. I just have a quick question about your thoughts about astral travel and how it relates to dreaming. And just a personal comment about that is I did a lot of astral traveling when I was pregnant with both of my children, and I haven't had any experiences with astral travel really since that I can remember.
Again, a lot of research about pregnancy and its impact on dreams. And what tends to happen is that the dreams are very vivid, even, sort of out of body experiences during the pregnancy state, because you are creating a life. You are transcendent. Of course, your dreams are going to mirror that. It's wild. But what happens when the baby's born? Because we're here on this earth for practical reasons, this little child needs you to really not have your head in the clouds and to be deeply practical, especially in the first few months. And it's kind of almost like your inner wisdom saying, look, we've had the dizzy heights practical. The feeding needs to be on schedule. You need to get your rest. You need to focus on this precious life and nurturing it. So don't worry, in the first sometimes year or so, dream recall is quite poor for pregnant women, simply because it's your inner wisdom saying practicality is key right now. So don't worry. And also, I firmly believe in life, we are here on this earth for a reason. We learn something from practicality is just as important. And I find that most intuitive inspirations come and precognitions when you have a perfect balance between practicality and intuition. The two are walking side by side without cancelling each other out. And one way to do that, actually, to get that balance, because sometimes in our life we get way too practical and sometimes we get way too intuitive, and both are wrong. You need 50-50. And one way to do that is simply to listen to music you love. I tell you why. When you're listening to music, your practical, logical part is trying to make sense of the rhythm and the notes. So it's busy doing what it does best, creating patterns, leaving your intuition to dream and take you places. So I highly recommend, if your dream recalls poor also, as well as reading fiction, which does the same, as well as video game, listen to music that gives you goosebumps. It has to be music that gives you goosebumps, because that goosebump feeling is actually you having inner harmony, because you're both sides of your brain are doing what they do best without the logical part saying, imagination, this is rubbish, or imagination saying, stop stifling me. Both of them are busy together. And walking in nature can also do that as well. You're busy walking, but you're looking or spending time with pets. This is why these things are so good for intuitive, sensitive souls, because often with intuitive, sensitive souls, which I can already tell you are by looking at you, is that sometimes the sensitivity gets so high that you're overwhelmed.
Yes.
So much bombards in, and other people, boundaries are crossed. What's that? It's a sign that we need to sort of shift back to the practical needs to help you out a bit more, so that you're able to say, no, this is a boundary, this is mine, this isn't yours, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And again, daily meditation can help there. It really can. It can help center you. But trust those dream recalls will come. That astral travel will come back. If you've done it once before, you'll do it again. It's not gone. It's just the practical element needs to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I think perhaps one very quick other question from someone, if you want, before we
Any dream will do.
Don't be shy.
Any dream will do. But I just hope that, because you've been paying attention to dreams, everyone here,
Mhm.
Often actually just spending an hour or so, as we have done, thinking, well, maybe this terribly excitable lady has got a point, that dreams might be trying to tell me something. As the Talmud said, a dream not understood is like not opening a letter from someone who knows you better than yourself. It's such a waste. Maybe she's got a point. You
Yeah.
spend a whole hour, your dreaming mind has had a big, big intuitive hug from you. You are listening to it, and it may well reward you with wonderful recall this morning. I hope it does.
I
What you think about in the day is what happens in the night. If you're not thinking about dreams in the day, you know, chances are they're not going to reward you in the morning with clear recall. You spend a whole hour being bombarded with dream, dream, dream.
Well, it's very interesting to hear you speak, Theresa, because as part of the courses that I do, particularly unfoldment class, I say exactly what you said about keeping a piece of paper and a pen and so on and everything. And it certainly is very enlightening.
Some of the most creative innovations have happened in the early hours of the morning as well.
Yeah.
That sacred time between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. You know,
Mm.
if you've ever spent time in a monastery or nunnery, I have in my youth, I did. I considered my options the call to prayer. It's the deeply sacred time. And if you wake up with a dream on your mind, your dreaming mind has done that for a reason. It has something really powerful to tell you. Don't force yourself to go to sleep. Get up, write it down. You know, it's important. Your dreaming mind is shouting at you. This is sacred time. I've got so much to tell you.
Mm.
Well, you've certainly told us an enormous amount today, Theresa, and we are incredibly grateful. The YouTube of this program will be going out in the beginning of June, and I hope that this is the beginning of
Dream power.
us working together and so on. So
You're coming
watch
on my
this space.
podcast, aren't you? I have a very wacky podcast, White Shores, which is actually doing really well now. And I started off with interviewing scientists researching consciousness, like Dean Radin and Julian Westwood I mentioned, and Eben Alexander. And it's an audio only one. It's not like Julie's with it's audio only, but Julie's coming on there to be a special guest in May, I believe. It's
And I look forward to it, my love.
It's called White Shores.
Thank you so much.
Please, what's the name of it again? The podcast?
White Shores from the Undying Lands in Lord of the Rings. So there you are.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks so
Bless
much.
you all, and thank you for joining us today. And I wish you all the best, everybody.
I'm
Bless
going to
you,
say super
Theresa.
dreams, not sweet dreams. Super dreams is what you're going to. Take care. I must dash. Thank
So
you.
much.
Love
Lots of
everyone.
love.
Happy dreams. Bye.